Get over here!
Now the overseer is to be above reproach, faithful to his wife, temperate, self-controlled, respectable, hospitable, able to teach, not given to drunkenness, not violent but gentle, not quarrelsome, not a lover of money. He must manage his own family well, and see that his children obey him, and he must do so in a manner worthy of full respect. If anyone does not know how to manage his own family, how can he take care of God's church? Greetings, friends and fellows. How's it going, everybody? The Green Scorpion here, and welcome to episode 19 of Let's Play Blasphemous 2. In the last episode, we, basically went ahead and did a little more, or basically, did the majority of the, I believe it was, the mission with the mud key. Ow. Great start. It's very clear that I haven't been here in a little while, so you guys will forgive me if I need to practice up a little more. But in today's episode, we're going to be continuing the mud key quest, and I believe it should be the last one. That said, I'm not entirely sure if I'm able to do it yet, because the last bit of the mud key quest is over there, and I remember that I don't really have access to that area. Or at least not what I think I don't think I do. Because there's a bit of it that, I just can't seem to grasp, or there's something that's, in the way that I can't get through yet. So I'm not entirely sure. But we're about to find out. Let's see if we can do this. But yeah, so first of all, I'd like to open up by saying thank you guys for your patience and support throughout this entire playthrough, and on my channel as a whole. I've been struggling a little bit with just keeping up with everything, what with my day job and whatnot, and yeah, this is a little bit old hat, not gonna lie, but yeah, I've just been trying to keep up with everything, trying to make sure that I'm able to that I'm just able to, oh, I see, I think I see. Do I see? Yes, I do see. Okay, I can do this. So the last one is right here, as a matter of fact. But yeah, I've been doing my best to just keep up with everything. Okay, that's nice. That's nice that that's there. Doing my best to keep up with everything, trying to work on, my bigger videos, my countdowns and stuff, but it hasn't exactly been an easy, situation, particularly because, oh, I got lucky there. Okay, you're going to do the laser. Okay. Despite my, despite being out of practice, I am remembering stuff. I might want to switch to, might want to switch to Veredicto, though. Oh, yes. There we go. But yeah, it's also, just, situations have also prevented me from really being able to dedicate myself fully to this Let's Play as well. Which, again, I do apologize for. But thank you to everyone who has been, very, very supportive, very, very, understanding, and and it has not been lost on me just how much, there is, an actual audience for this playthrough. You guys seem to really enjoy, what I do. Oh, okay. But yeah, you guys seem to really enjoy what I do with this, playthrough, and I wholeheartedly appreciate that, so thank you guys so much. Awesome. And that unlocks this.
Siento que algo solemne se aproxima. Me llama. Aún su voz es muda. Ya no me hallo trémula, pues siento que voy a donde soy llamada. Con el barro nacido de mis dedos, os recompongo vuestra llave. Mas esta vez, el color de estos cielos cobrizos le ha otorgado un brillante esmalte que la protegerá. Tomad ahora la llave de cerámica.
The ceramic key.
Presiento que mi ser se adentra en un sueño eterno que anhela fundirse con esta tierra. Mas mi espíritu ligero y etéreo, aspira a disolverse en la brisa, a ser aliento entre los cielos. Buscadme, penitente errante, en el último descanso de nuestro peregrinaje. Presiento que mis
Okay, she says the same thing. So, I need to go to one last place? Perhaps? Alright, so let's check this out. The ceramic key. A restored key with a brilliant varnish. The intricate pattern of its teeth suggests that it is used to open a special door. Hilaria sank her hands into the wet mud that had already claimed her body up to her hips, staining her white dress with its earthly caresses. As she removed them, her muddy palms began to gently spread the mud over her grave wounds from the dying... gently spread the mud over the grave wounds of the dying man who lay before her, whose moans intertwined with the tremors of pain and the moans of terror. Suddenly, the injured man's eyelids lifted, revealing eyes filled with both tears and moving serenity. Those who witnessed the scene could not contain their own tears, so moved were they by the sight before their eyes. The wounds that once threatened his life had now disappeared, leaving behind only the remnants of an inexplicable blessing. Okay. Well, alright then. That works out perfectly. Now, can I go down here for something, or is this inaccessible? Good to know. So, yeah, that pretty much takes care of that. The question is, where do I go from here? Because I can't go up, because... Oh, wait! Wait! Hang on, there was a door outside. And, of course, we're gonna get this.
Aquel al que seguimos va al encuentro de algo muy antiguo, algo sagrado. Se dirige a un lugar que yace próximo en distancia, más distante en esencia. Un umbral oculto al mundo, reservado para su sola presencia.
I have a feeling we're going to be meeting very soon, whoever you are. So yeah, I do remember there was a strange door just outside of here. So is this it? Like, is this what I need to do? Let's find out. Quick rest at the prie-dieu. And... no. Okay, so yeah, I am unsure of where I need to go, because it's not opening. Unless there may be, like... Alright, so I am actually unsure of what to do here. So, what's probably going to end up happening today, unless there's a way I can, like, go around or something? Okay, that goes into a bottomless pit. Oh, did I never do this? Well, no, there is something there's something on the other side, but I can't get to it because I'm going to assume that is accessible from another way, maybe from down there. Yeah, I'm a little stumped on what to do here, so I believe this is a good indication for me to basically say, hey, with some of my newfound abilities and some of my newfound powers, maybe it is time to do a little bit of exploration. So I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do today, and if I can find the door that unlocks that ceramic key unlocks, great. I might as well go ahead and make this a bit of a exploration episode, because I do need to get myself a little bit more reacquainted with this game, because, again, it's been a little while. I've been busy, I've been trying my best to keep up with everything, and unfortunately I haven't been able to get back to this game as much as I would like. So, while I am going around and exploring places that may or may not be of interest to me in regards to where I want to go, I would like to go ahead and address the verse that I put at the start of the episode, specifically the one from 1 Timothy. And to those who take it at face value, may see it as, oh, we're talking about, like, those who have, like, those who are in, like, positions of, like, leadership, or, like, you know, the head of a household and everything, or, like, you know, that sort of thing. Yes. The point of that chapter, specifically in 1 Timothy, is referring to the, responsibilities that an overseer might have. And an overseer doesn't just have to be, like, the man of the house, essentially. You gotta remember that a lot of what goes on in the Bible, and a lot of the, like, word choices, and, like, the way they take responsibility, mainly refers to a lot of really old traditional, like, mindsets when it comes to that sort of thing. However, much like with pretty much anything in the Bible, you do not need to take everything at face value. Well, okay, you kind of do, but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, instead of, like, focusing on what the Bible is trying to tell us, maybe focus more on what the Bible is trying to show us. And this is one of those situations, because obviously it's talking about the man of the house, or, like, you know, that sort of thing, but the entirety of the second chapter of 1 Timothy is talking about the responsibility of those in positions of leadership. And that does involve people in households, but it also involves just people who can be seen as overseers as a whole. And that mainly involves people like pastors, deacons, and that's right. Do I have another one of this guy? Nope, I don't have any other seeds. Okay. But yeah, the idea of, like, an overseer having that responsibility of, like, not only, like, demanding respect within their house, but it also refers to just the general idea of being patient, being kind, being respectable, being one who practices self-control. And how the hell am I supposed to get over there? Maybe there's, like, a hidden door here somewhere, or, like, a hidden path. I'll have to look around. The thing is, though, is, like, the main part of that, like, stanza, or, like, the main part of that verse that I actually want to address refers to the last bit that I wanted to talk about, and that is the idea of how can one who does not control their own house expect to take care of God's church, right? And this leads into the kind of, like, the sermon that I want to get into today, and that is the importance of emotional responsibility, I want to call it, but it's less knowing your limits and knowing that as much as a lot of people would love to say otherwise, that's not doing a lot of damage. Yeah, fire is not a good element to use against these guys. Although maybe that one guy, because I think he's like poison. Oh yeah, no, fire's doing a lot to him. But, love it. The main point I was trying to get to is that in the same way of, like, whoso cannot control their own household, how do they expect to take care of God's church? It goes back to the common theme, or the common lesson of how can someone expect to take care of others when they don't have the capabilities of taking care of themselves? And that is a lesson that I believe is very, very difficult for a lot of people to learn. I don't think there's anything there. I'm not sure. Well, for now, let's see if there's anywhere else we can explore. I think there's a treasure down there that I haven't gotten. Let me see if I can snag that. But yes, the lesson I'm referring to is, again, how can you expect to take care of someone or someone else if you don't have the capabilities of taking care of yourself? And while that may seem harsh, it's one of those lessons that I feel a lot more people need to understand. In that, while I, like, take it from someone who's, like, very, very sympathetic and very, like, open about his emotions like myself, right? I have been struggling with the notion of trying to be, like, trying to help others deal with a lot of the issues that they're dealing with. And a lot of that has to do with... Oh, I think I already got it, actually. Yeah, I probably did, and I just never unmarked it. Alright, no big deal. But yeah, the main thing that I, really want to, like, get on that is understanding that in order to be able to, like, help someone else, or help your friends, or help those that you really want to help, you're not going to really be able to do that unless you take care of yourself first. And that leads into the other aspect of, like, being, like, emotionally available, or emotionally, like, or, like, feeling like you should be emotionally responsible for others. I'm gonna take a page out of, Jaden Animations here. You are not responsible for anyone else's happiness. And that's something that is very, very easy to forget. Guilty as charged. I forget that a lot. As much as we would like to believe that we can do something to help our friends or, like, someone else or anything, there's really not much we can do if we are not able to, like, take care of our own happiness first. Which, yeah, like, one might make the argument, well, I'm happy if my friends are happy. I get that. I really do get that. But that does not change the fact that you need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on your own happiness. And at the end of the day, you are not responsible for someone else's problems. You are not responsible for someone else's, like, emotional, like, turmoil. You are not responsible for someone else's happiness. It sucks. It really does suck to, like, you know, or, like, it is difficult to understand that sometimes, but that's just the truth of the matter. I feel like I personally, like, find myself in a very interesting position, where I see the struggles of a lot of my friends. I see the struggles of a lot of people I know. And there are days where I just want to be, I just want to help them. I wish I could do something about it. I wish I had the capabilities of fixing their problems, as it were. But the truth of the matter is that it's never so simple as that. And I wish it was. I really do wish it was. But that's just not the case, unfortunately. And I do genuinely believe that is something that, like, we need to understand. We're not going to be able to do anything about anyone else's issues unless we... Oh, okay, I see. Unless we actually take the time... Clever. Unless we actually take the time to, like, you know, take care of ourselves first. Is there something up there? There is. Oh, I see. That's just the way to get back. So then I want to go in here. Oh, another prie-dieu. Have I never been here? I don't think I have. So yeah, I imagine that's, like, a struggle that a lot of people have. Especially nowadays with, like, so many... like, things going on, so much turmoil happening, so much chaos. So for those who, for those who, like, I wish to support out there, and that I absolutely love and adore, and you guys are valid, happy Pride Month. The Green Scorpion, as a Christian, and as a person, and as a friend who wishes to practice hospitality, wishes to practice patience, and wishes to practice understanding. Yes, I am a Christian, but I've expressed this before on the channel, and I will continue to express it, like, until my dying day at this point. I don't think there's anything wrong with, oh, almost forgot about that. I don't think there's anything wrong with homosexuality. I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, the LGBTQ community. I don't think there's anything wrong with being pan or ace or gay or lesbian, whatever you want to, whichever one you identify with. I personally identify as zesty straight. But there's a lot of turmoil happening, and I've been seeing, like, obviously there's the usual there's the usual, like, debacle that a lot of conservative Christians like to put forth about, like, oh, like, homosexuality is a sin, or this is wrong, and whatnot, and I'm like, shut up. Just shut up, okay? You're not advocating for the Bible. You're advocating for your own narrow-minded, like, views. And again, this is coming from someone who used to think like that. I've expressed this time and time again. But the reason I bring this up is because, despite, it being Pride Month, and despite, you know, us wanting to, celebrate Pride, celebrate the people who, like, you know, just want to be respected, just want to be seen, just want to be acknowledged that their existence isn't, like, a personal front on those who disagree with them. Like, honestly, like, anyone who finds the mere existence of someone else as a front to their like, them personally, like, y'all are narcissistic, like, sociopaths, okay? You are behaving in the same way that we condemn, like, from, like, those, like, anime / soap opera villains, who, like, noble villains who don't see anything beyond their own sense of self-worth. That's all it is. So, who cares if, like, who cares if your friend, like, Tom, like, suddenly betrays you just because he decided to date your decided to date your brother, and, like, oh, like, you know, it's because man with a man cannot lay with another man. Ah, shut up. Alright. Read the Bible a little more thoroughly and try to look past the narrow, like, the narrow spectrum of, oh, this is, like, this is how it should be. No. Alright? And the reason I bring this up, may God rest his soul, is because of what happened to Jonathan Joss. That situation was tragic. So for those who may not be in the loop, though I'm sure, like, plenty who watch me probably are at least aware of the situation, Jonathan Joss, who is known for his, like, roles in Parks and Recreation and King of the Hill, unfortunately, was shot recently, like, basically at the start of Pride Month, at the start of June. And while, like, you know, like, some, like, news outlets, and this is coming from someone who works for the news, try to, like, put it to the side, or, like, try to say, oh, like, he lost his life or anything, it doesn't change the fact that it was a hate crime, okay? That's just the truth of the matter. And that whole situation is just absolutely heartbreaking, because from what I'm to understand, again, this is just me, like, repeating what I have researched. Jonathan Joss's husband, put out a statement. If you guys want to look it up yourselves, I highly recommend you do, because, yeah, it is something that I don't think should be ignored by any stretch of the imagination. He put out a statement where, him and Jonathan were basically being, like, harassed by someone with clearly homophobic rhetoric, to the point where I believe the shooter went to basically attack them. Jonathan Joss defended his husband, and he tragically lost his life as a result. And that to me is just ridiculous, because it's like, okay, if you hate someone for existing, fine. If you think that what they're doing is an abomination or an affront to your religion, fine. Or, like, whatever else, right? Last I checked, I think one of the commandments is thou shalt not kill? So, what the fuck? You know? And that, to me, is, like, the main... It is, like, the main, like... takeaway from that is, like, even in this day and age, it is still, like, very evident that we need things like Pride Month. We need things like Juneteenth as well. Juneteenth is coming up, which advocates for Black history and, like, understanding that those of African American races need to be, like, seen, need to be understood, need to be acknowledged. That is extremely important because despite the amount of time that has passed and despite what some people might tell you, we're still not where we need to be in terms of, you know, in terms of, like, making sure that everyone is treated equally or that everyone, like, has their fair say in the world, because clearly we still have a long way to go. And it does suck knowing that there's really not much, like, we can do about it, or at least there is definitely things we can do about it, like, you know, go to rallies, speak out, say something, acknowledge these people, like, be there for them, understand that they are there and they want to be heard and they want to be acknowledged. The best thing you can do to support someone in a minority group, whether it's LGBT, whether it's from different races, or, like, anything like that, one of the best things you can do is let them be heard. Let them speak and let them say something to you. However, that leads into another thing that, like, some people need to understand. If you do not feel that you are emotionally available to be able to, like, process everything that's going on, do not feel bad for stepping away every now and again. Because, yeah, a lot of this, stressful as hell. Absolutely stressful as hell. And there's a lot going on regarding it. And if you do not feel that you have the mental capacity to deal with all of it, there is nothing wrong with taking a step back and just giving yourself a moment to just process it all. Because, yes, there is so much going on. And there are people who definitely need support, definitely need to, like, be heard, to be acknowledged, to be understood that, hey, this crap is not okay. But at the same time, you need to understand, like, something that a lot of people, I feel, need to understand is that, sorry, I'm trying to figure out, like, where else I can go here, because I can't go in there. There seems to be a pathway here, but I don't think I can access it right now. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't think I can access it right now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Prix Dieu again, and I'll go somewhere else to see what I can explore. And we'll go from there. There we go. But yeah, don't, like, let people, like, grief you into saying, oh, like, why weren't you, like, there for me? Why weren't you there when I needed you? Why weren't you there when, like, I seriously needed someone to talk to? That's not your responsibility. It is absolutely understandable if you want to be there to, like, help someone deal with something, or, like, I believe that's all I can do as of right now, yeah. So, I gotta remember that this is also a thing. But yeah, like, do not feel bad for, like, basically just, like, putting up a boundary every now and again, and saying, hey, I understand that this is going on, and I understand that, like, this is, like, horrible, or that you need support. do not feel bad in sometimes putting your foot down and saying, I am not the one to help you right now. Again, I mentioned Jaden Animations earlier. She has a really, really good video regarding that on her YouTube channel. I don't remember what it's called, but it basically refers to the fact that, yes, as much as you would like to, like, help, like, everyone that you can, ultimately, you are not responsible for anyone else's happiness other than your own. Can I do something about this? I don't think so. Maybe there's something I can do with it later, but for now, like, it just seems like that's just there. But yeah, like everything else in life, there has to be a balance, right? There has to be a balance of, like, understanding your own limits, understanding your own, like, understanding that, like, you know, you need to do your own thing. Understanding that, yes, you should be there for others. Those in positions of leadership and those who, like, acknowledge that they, like, want to be an overseer for, like, whether you're in a position of leadership or not. Like, even being an overseer can even be something as simple as just being that one spearhead in a friend group. Like, being the guy who comes in and is like, yeah, I am here for you. I am willing to be available for you, right? I'm gonna go ahead and get that shortcut situated, actually. But we are only human, and there's only so much emotional baggage and emotional support that someone can give. And that is something that I myself struggle to remember sometimes. I have a lot of friends who are dealing with some serious crap right now for several reasons. Financial reasons, emotional reasons, familial reasons. A good portion of them are dealing with the crap that's going on with, like, our current, you know, for lack of a better term, Oh, okay, I see. Hang on a sec. Do I need to go here? Did I never do this? Huh. I guess I never did. Or maybe I did? Don't exactly remember. Let's continue going this way because I do want to see that there is one path there that I haven't taken. So I am willing to see where that goes. Yeah, speaking of which, those in the comments, like, you guys go ahead and let me know where you want me to go next, because I definitely could use some guidance in this game, especially considering how, like, haphazardly I do these episodes. So by all means, like, I welcome any sort of, like, help you can give me. Oh, the backswing. Okay. Okay, so where do we go from here? God, I still love this music. Okay, yeah, I never got this. 200 Tears of Atonement. Oh, speaking of which, I, like, in my, talking of, like, everything, I completely forgot that I should probably check out these things. So, another quick verse. Braviana of the Golden Dawn fires a barrage of arrows that inflict electrical damage. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm willing to keep that for a bit. Northern song in honor of a once beautiful land, now destroyed by the torment of war. We also got a statue. Was it the aid? I believe it was the aid, yeah. Increases stun chance when health is low. The priest's young assistant found herself trapped in one of the dark repositories of the old church. The door closed behind her, and no one seemed to hear her desperate calls. The air became thick, and the darkness of the night seeped through the cracks in the wood, plunging the room into impenetrable blackness. The young woman clawed desperately at the walls of her unlikely prison, looking for something to help her find a way out. Her fingers came upon a forgotten candle in the corner. With a sigh of relief, she managed to ignite it, and its dim light revealed the contents of the repository. Ancient figures of martyrs and saints, some of whose faces had been worn away by time, lined dusty shelves. But in the darkness, their outlines seemed to distort, assuming grotesque and threatening shapes. The faces of the martyrs twisted, transforming them into grimaces of suffering. The saints, whose pious glances had comforted generations, now seemed to look at her with hungry, malevolent eyes. Terror seized her, and a scream escaped her lips. Just then, the door burst open. The priest entered, holding a large lantern that illuminated the room. The figures returned to their original appearance, pious and holy. Ooh. Well, that ain't freaky at all. And there we go. We got that. Alright, cool. Speaking of, actually, now that I got some Tears of Atonement, as we only have one mark of martyrdom right now, so I think that is all we can do as of for the time being in regards to any sort of upgrades right now. We're just gonna have to keep an eye on that a little more. I have like Tears of Atonement for days. I gotta find out what to do with all this. But yeah, in conclusion, like, in regards to what I was talking about, be there for people, support, understand that, like, you know, they are dealing with some, like, really, really, like, difficult crap, certainly, but know your limits. And if you're going to be in a position of support, position of oversight, a position where people look up to you, make sure you have the capabilities of dealing with it. And if you have a day where you are just not available to do so, do not feel bad in asserting that. Because we all have our limits. We're all only human. So, self-care is important, guys. You are not responsible for everyone. You are not responsible for anyone else's happiness other than your own. Can you help them? Yes. You can absolutely help them, like, achieve the happiness that they want. You are not responsible for it, though. They are responsible for their own. You are responsible for your own. And I'm pretty sure that is going to be a lesson that is going to be a bit difficult for a lot of people to grasp, because, like, I'm saying it here, I'm preaching it, I'm still having trouble grasping it. Like, absolutely. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I ever went this way, so let's see what we got. Ah, another lump of gold. Interesting. Huh. I don't see any other way to go down there, so that's gotta be another hidden path, right? Possibly? Probably have to look into that later. Now, the question is, where do we go from here? Because I'm trying to see if there are any other places that we can explore, but I'm running out of like locations. There is the Garden of the High Choirs, but I don't have all of the cherubs yet. There are a couple of places here that I haven't checked out yet, so let's do this. Where are my prayers? I believe there's a prayer that, yep, Mirabras of the return to port. Beautiful. And then we can, let's go back to Praviana, and yeah, Temple of the Three Winds I think is a good prayer to keep on, so let's go ahead and keep that going. So, where do we go from here? Yeah, let's check the elevated temples and see if there's something we can, like, access from up there. We haven't been here in a little while. I think the last time I was here was to check out the thing with, those two elderly people. I keep forgetting their names. The names in this game are not the easiest to remember. Okay, there we go. Wow, yeah, I never actually went up here completely. Ah, okay. Good. We got some more stuff we can look at. And look at, oh, it just almost ate there. Beautiful. All right, let's see what we got. Ah, it's another lump of gold up there. Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. We gotta, like, do it continuously. Cool. Ah. Have I expressed already, have I expressed enough, guys, how much I love the music in this game? Because I love the music in this game. Awesome. Oh, Jesus. There we go. Got it. Alright, that's another lump of gold. And that looks like it's it there. So we can probably go on the other side because it looks like there might be something here. We're making progress and we're collecting the things that we need. I do not mind, like, dedicating this episode to basically a collectathon of, like, extras that we haven't gotten yet. What was in here again? Ah, right. Yeah, we already took care of that. That was a whole endeavor. Okay, so, yeah, let's climb up here and see if we can find anything here. Again, oh, can I do anything here? I don't think so. Oh, no, I can. Because we did this whole spiel, so if we go in here, what happens now? Or is this where we need to... Oh, no. I don't want to do this yet. I believe this will lead to the Crimson Rains. But, hey, the merchant's here.
Lo más alto os da la bienvenida. Arriba, tenebrosas nubes se concentran y giran como terribles danzas sinuosas. El hijo ha nacido. Echad un vistazo a nuestro escaparate.
Well, I have Tears of Atonement for days, so let's see. Okay, so we got Jalok. Critical hits heal relative to the damage inflicted. Ooh! Ooh, okay. And the Prisoner. Grants the possibility of earning Tears of Atonement when breaking an object.
No nos quedan más artículos, pero nunca se sabe qué puede aparecer en esos caminos. Volved más tarde, pues, penitente.
Muchas gracias, señor. Ahí nos vemos la próxima vez. Alright, so, yeah, another lump of gold, we got that. So, let's see what we got here. Jalok. The heart above, 4th verse. And then a booming heartbeat resounded with great force, and, like a single being, every citizen looked to the sky. They all become witnesses to the beating of a cyclopean heart that hung alive with veins and arteries suspended in the crimson knots that faded in the clouds above. Inside its flesh, the silhouette of a great being, colossal and perfect, could be clearly seen, curled in its slumber. The child's wish had come true. A divine being was to be born before everyone's eyes, an incarnation of the miracle itself as a symbol, in which all the fervor and faith, eroded by the passage of time, would grow once more. Born from the soul of every denizen of that ancient land, whose name has long been forgotten. So that tells me that Jalok is the child that just got born because we raised the city and everything? Or, like, we lowered the city? We'll have to look at that. And then we got the prisoner, which I don't know where that is. Did I ever do the dance? Yes, I did. The prisoner. The prisoner. There it is. Grants the possibility of earning Tears of Atonement when breaking an object. The Inquisitor, his gaze unrelented, pronounced the words that would seal the prisoner's fate. You will remain here, chained beneath the blade, until one of the crowd assembled dares to be your executioner. Your life hangs by an invisible thread, sustained by the public's indecision. They will decide when you will take your last breath, and yet no one dared to step forward. Some, plagued by fear and doubt, tried approaching the chopping block. However, fear paralyzed them and they inevitably retreated, unable to carry out the sentence. Far from a mercy, the wait became agonizing to the condemned. The prisoner, with wild eyes, cried out to those around him. His desperate screams echoed in the air, but the crowd remained motionless. In desperation, the prisoner insulted them, provoked them, damned them. But his words fell on deaf ears. The Inquisitor departed. The crowd also dispersed, as if the tragedy had lost its hold on them. Only the prisoner was left, chained. The miracle, in an act of cruel benevolence, had touched him. He no longer felt thirst or hunger, just a gnawing desperation eating away at his soul. Time passed mercilessly. The prisoner in his isolation soon forgot how he had earned his sentence. He simply longed for the end of his nightmare, that someone, out of compassion or cruelty, would dare to free him from his existence, suspended between life and death. So that was the prisoner that we met down at the bottom, and we went ahead and ended his suffering. So yeah, I suppose it's fitting that the one to show him mercy or cruelty was the penitent one. So, we still got a little bit of time left, so I'm willing to go ahead and explore one more area. Let's check the Prie-Dieux and see where we might be able to go. It looks like we explored pretty much everything here, especially because Two Moons is like a difficult place to explore. So I'm okay with not having to go there again. At least not for now. I don't know if like I have to like search for anything else. I see a little bit of an area that I didn't explore here. So let's check out Grills and Ruin. Ah! A little treasure there. Ah, the cherubs. That's why. Interesting, though. I need to... How am I supposed to do that? Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do there. Because I know that, like, you need to do the slam down, but how are you supposed to do the slam down here? Yeah, I'm not sure what to do here. Do you mind? Maybe there's an upgrade I need? Let's check out the upgrades for Rega. Yeah. Weight of Justice creates a wave of increased mystical damage when performing Weight of Sin from a great height. It looks like I should be able to do it, like... Am I able to do this from a big height? Or, like, from a double jump? Let's go ahead and mark this for now, because I'm a little stumped. Someone in the comments, let me know how I'm supposed to get those, because Do I need a weight of Do I need Weight of Justice to do that? Huh. That would be interesting. In the meantime, however, there's still a couple of things it seems like we can explore down here. This looks like it goes back to Streets of Wakes, so let's check it out. This should lead... Oh, no. I was looking at that wrong. Wait a minute. Oh, I see. I was just reading it wrong. Ah, okay. Oh, I'm willing to check that out, actually, because I know I got the... Now that I have the cherubs, the cherubs that allow me to, like, float about, I might be able to snag that now. And finally open up that shortcut. So let's check out this Pridue. And go down here. And I don't think there's anything... Oh, you know what? No, I'm thinking of a different... I'm thinking of a very different thing, so... Yeah, I think I couldn't explore this before because I didn't have the double jump. Oh, yeah. It was because of the cherubs. Alright, there we go. So what do we got? Another wax seed. Oh, hey. What was I talking about earlier? So that takes care of that. Now, I believe... Where else can we go? There looks like a couple... There looks to be a couple of places here. So let's head to Choir of Thorns and see if we can find something there. And I believe that might be the last thing we can check out. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized something. Okay. I am dumb. There we go. Ixnay on the Amens K, guys. I figured it out. And hey, that's the second Mark of Martyrdom. Or another Mark of Martyrdom. So, what do I got in terms of upgrades? I fully upgraded Federico. I still have yet to get some of the upgrades for Sarmiento and Centella. What's this one? Sacred Lunge. That one requires 3 marks. Quicksilver coating increases the gain of verdadera destreza. Even though I am fluent in Spanish, that's still a hard thing to say, but that's also mainly an accent thing. Verdadera destreza. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and unlock that, because that will unlock this. Verdadera destreza 3 unlocks the third verdadera destreza indicator. Verdadera es destreza. Oh my goodness gracious. Why is that hard to say? Oh goodness. Alright, so let's go ahead and check this out. Verdadera destreza. Yeah. It's kind of funny too, because I often run into situations at work where some things are very, very difficult to say because of the way they're written in Spanish. It's that thing again. Still, there seems to be something up there? Maybe? Ah. I'm going to assume I cannot get there unless I go this way. But there seems to be something that leads down that way, so I am willing to make the trip to see if I can find that. Let's go ahead and check it out. Ay, mama. I tried to invul through that, but unsuccessfully. What? Okay. Progress is being made. This will be the last thing we do here, I think. Got about 5 minutes left of today's episode, today's sermon. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in, and I do hope that my words have left at least some kind of impact in regards to everything going on. Yeah, do let me know, guys. And of course, like, if you guys have any other questions or any other, like, things you would wish for me to address, by all means. And, yeah, no, there's, like, yeah, again, it's those darn thorns. I know there's, like, an ability that I need for those, but, God, I've been running into those so much that I fear that I'm gonna run out of places to look, by the time, like, I actually unlock that, and I'm gonna have to do so much backtracking. Like, that's one of the main things about Metroidvanias that gets, like, frustrating sometimes, is knowing that, like, you, oh, I fricked this up, didn't I? Yeah, is that knowing that you're gonna have to do a lot of backtracking, like, and trying to keep track of all of these, like, paths and, like, secrets and things that you are just gonna have to, like, accept the fact that you cannot explore this place. I'm running into that a lot in this playthrough. I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore you. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. I am being a little too optimistic here. Okay. Because I want to, like, at least try to find something else, I'm gonna check one more place. So, let's head back to the Prie-Dieu and see what we can find. Let's check down here, maybe? I know there's a couple of places down there, possibly, but I'm not seeing it. And yeah, it looks like I pretty much did everything that I could around here as well. Yeah, I can't really find anything else. Oh, by the way, I can, like, probably, like, take that marker off because I figured that one out. Okay. I can't really find anything else that I can do here unless there might be, like, something I can unlock in that little area and maybe through that door. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna go ahead and explore that area real quick and see if there's anything I can find. Otherwise, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it an episode. So, on that note, thank you guys for joining us joining me for, I'm so used to playing with ComicFoil with Ocarina of Time now. Thank you guys for joining me for episode 19 of Let's Play Blasphemous 2. In the next episode, I am hoping to find some more context or like discovery when it comes to where I'm supposed to go. And yeah, I'm realizing that I'm running into those thorns again. And that's what's really stopping me from doing much more exploring around here. So, the main thing right now, I believe, is finding the door to that ceramic key that I need. And I need to... Oh, I see. I think I see. Do I see? No, I don't see. But yeah, I think the next step in my adventure is to try and find the door to that ceramic key. But at the same time, however, I think I have a feeling I know where it is. Alright, guys. One last check. This is the last thing, I promise. So if we go back to that one door... Because I saw there was something over here. There's still that one door that we haven't explored. Yeah, and it was past this. I still remember this fight. Oh, you know what? I remember now. I think this is where we initiated the Mud Key quest. So, yes. I believe that's the door for the ceramic key. So, yeah. I think that's going to be what we do next. Before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And this is going to be our next episode. So, on that note, everybody, thank you guys for tuning in. Happy Sunday. Happy Pride Month. Happy soon-to-be Juneteenth. Be supportive. Make sure that you are there for those who need you. Be there to support those who need it. But also remember to take care of yourself. You have your limits. You're only human. Take care of your own stuff first, before you worry about anyone else. You are not responsible for anyone's happiness other than your own. But, once you have that balance, be sure to be there for those who need you. Vaya con Dios. God bless you all. Have a good day.